We have a voicemail number. That number is 219-2-David-P. I've talked about activism that works many times on the show. And today's caller brings up a really good question about exactly this issue. Take a listen.
Hey, David, I have a question. Why isn't America saying to hell with this current regime that's in the White House? Why aren't we marching through the streets of Washington in the thousands? Why? Have we just gotten used to the abuses of human rights that this current regime has enforced? Or, I don't know. It's messed up, man. People should be marching through the streets of Washington saying, to hell with this, and, having like a Hong Kong type mobilization of protest.
That's exactly right. And the reason why people aren't is a feature of the system, not a bug. I've talked about this before. If people need to work multiple jobs in order to make ends meet, if people are working in hourly positions with limited time off and the inability to take a day off and go protest, if people just can't afford to take a bus or drive into the nearest urban area where one of these mass gatherings in order to protest are taking place, they're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to do it. And this is exactly why we have a self-perpetuating vicious cycle in our economy. Wages are stagnant, inequality goes up, the average person increasingly is held hostage by wages that haven't gone up and mediocre or terrible health insurance that they still absolutely need to continue getting through their employer. So what does that mean? That they don't have the wherewithal, the resources, or the ability, or the free time to actually go and become activists in order to change that same system that prevents them from going and becoming activists. It's a circle, okay? I've talked about this so many times, and the caller is absolutely right. Have we become accustomed to this new era of scandal no longer being scandal? Yes, a little bit we have. It happens to all of us. I talked about it last week. Outrageous stuff has become normal in a sense, or we have in a way become sort of numb to it because it's exhausting for everything to be a scandal every single day. So things that should be scandals aren't because they're scandals every day. But the other effect of this is that it actually, the very system that so desperately needs to be changed is part of what prevents us from actually going out and becoming activists to change the system. And the corporations love that. And the sources of power that maintain this status quo love that. That is a feature of the system. And unless we change that, unless we break that cycle one way or another, unfortunately, nothing is going to change. We've got a great bonus show for you today. We will talk about Beto O'Rourke revealing that he and his wife are descended from slave owners. We will talk about Amazon workers protesting Prime Day. And we will also talk about the Puerto Rican governor defying calls to resign over some text chat scandals that have arisen. All of those stories and more on the David Pakman Show bonus show. 2 ways to get access to it. Become a member at www.joinpakman.com. Become a patron at patreon.com/David Pakman Show. I'll speak to you then.